Oh boy. Um, you know, just when I thought we were going to be on a good streak again, it all goes down the drain. We had won three in a row before these last two losses against the Dodgers. And I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. When are we ever going to be consistent? Where where is it? There's really no reason for us to be 8 games below 500. I mean, what is going through Tony Vitello's mind to say, okay, we've won 3 games, let's just tank the next two? I mean, really? That's how you want to play this season? You might as well forget the playoffs. But anyway, what I do know is the Giants did end up taking a series split from the Dodgers tonight. We win the first 2 games, and then the Dodgers come back and win the final 2 games of this 4 game set. Shohei Ohtani on Wednesday night shut us down completely, pitches a shutout, and then Emmett Sheehan held us to 2 hits. We couldn't do jack shit against Sheehan tonight. And so, again, my point is, where's the consistency? I mean, I don't get it. You know, we had a red hot first 2 games of this set, and then, you know, our big hitters ended up just completely going flat for these last 2 games. It just doesn't make sense. You know, yeah, I don't even want to repeat myself. But before I waste any more time here, let's get into these stats and to statistics because it is late. It is almost 10:40 p.m. here. So here we go. Game one of this set was on Monday. Giants win 9-3 the final score. We push out 12 total hits on Monday night. And yeah, by the way, these were all night games. All 4 of these games were night games, which is a first for me. Usually I would expect, the last game of the series to be a day game, but not so much the case here. Anyway, 12 total hits on Monday. Casey Schmidt goes 2 for 3, scored 3 times on Monday, and Rafael Devers hit a home run, drove in 2 RBIs, scored 3 times as well. Elliot Ramos, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, and Willy Adames, 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs on Monday. Trevor McDonald ends up getting the start for the Giants in place of Logan Webb, who's on the injured list with a knee injury. Praying gets healthy real soon and, gets his groove back as well because, with Logan Webb, does give up runs, but he's a pitcher that can eat innings. So, that's the good thing about him. But hoping to see him healthy real soon. But meanwhile, McDonald, he's just as good as Webb. He goes 5 1/3 on Monday night, 9 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Does not get a win, but did a pretty damn good job. Game two was on Tuesday night. Giants win 6-2 the final score, and again, another good offensive performance. 10 total hits on Tuesday night. And how about this? Eric Haas, our backup catcher here, went 2 for 4 with 2 home runs and drove in 2 RBIs. Harrison Bader also hit a home run in this one. Jung-Hoo Lee goes 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. I got more on Jung-Hoo Lee in a little bit. And then Adames also continues to stay hot, goes 2 for 4 until, of course, these last 2 games we just completely fell flat. But Adames, picked it back up. He's been really slumping, goes 2 for 4. And Adrian Hauser finally gets his first win as a San Francisco Giant. Goes 5 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Caleb Killian comes in the ninth inning and gets the save, his second of the year. Let's move on to Wednesday night. Giants get shut out by Shohei Ohtani, 4-0 the final score. Devers, still stays hot, goes 2 for 4. Then Luis Arraez, 2 for 3. So, we've still got some productive bats, but there's only so much you can do against Shohei Ohtani on good nights like this for the Dodgers. Robbie Ray takes the loss, unfortunately. 4 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So, Robbie Ray, he might have some flaws in him, but hoping he can bounce back in his next start. And then finally, we get to tonight's game, and you'll probably see this. I don't know if I mentioned it. You'll probably see this Friday morning or Friday afternoon before we play the A's coming up, which in a minute I will list the starters. But anyway, tonight's game, we lose 5-2 the final score. We only had 2 hits the entire game. We couldn't do shit against Emmett Sheehan, like I said. really, really just terrible offensive performance here. Our only positive note, speaking of Jung-Hoo Lee earlier, I said I had more on him. He hits an inside the park home run in this game, and it's the first inside the parker at Dodger Stadium, which is pretty cool. Pretty remarkable, legendary moment here for Jung-Hoo Lee. But after that, it all went down the tubes from there. Landon Roop gets the loss, unfortunately, goes 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. The 4 runs, well, he allowed 2 runners on base, I think, in the 6th inning. Matt Gage comes in and gives up a 2-run single to Alex Call. Those 2 runs were charged to Roop, and so that's how that stat line came to be. Anyway, enough about that. Like I said, we got the Athletics coming up in Sacramento. I will list the starters here. But yeah, hoping we can bounce back. The A's are a crazy hitting team, and I mean, who the heck knows what's going to happen with them. But yeah, I will see you guys soon. I've got a buddy here that's staying at our family's house. He flew in from South Dakota, so I'm probably going to be spending some time with him. But I'll try to make a series recap if I'm not too busy. But other than that, take care of yourselves, guys, and have a great Friday.